Today I'm heading out to do a street POV with this here, which is the Oppo Reno10 Pro Plus. It's got a beautiful color on it, which you can see here, and it's got some tasty cameras as well. I've been shooting with this the last couple of days, and I've had great fun going out both during the day and night time. So let's go see how this performs during the day and night time in the streets of Sydney. I have edited all of the photos in today's video with my presets. There's a link in the description to those presets if you'd like to get the same look as I have achieved in today's video. Let's go have a look and see how this does. So the first location I'm going to start off with is this location here. It's down in Barangaroo in Sydney. I'm going to do, like I said, some daytime stuff and nighttime stuff to kind of push this phone to the full capabilities that it can do. So here we've got some nice shots. We've got some really harsh lighting, as you can see. And I'm thinking in this frame here, it's got some nice silhouettes going on from the people walking across the bridge. For this shot, I'm going to get nice and close, tap, scroll down, and just wait for, oh, that's really cool. Oh yeah, that's sick. That actually looks really good. And the reason I'm changing the exposure is so I can get a more contrasty shot of the silhouettes walking through the frame. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the 3x lens. So I'm going to change lens to the 3x and get the silhouette of the people walking across the bridge. So I'm actually going to walk over to the center of the road, and I'm going to kind of position myself there because this looks really cool. So I'm going to go landscape shot. Again, going to tap on the screen, scroll down. I might have to move just slightly so I can see. Okay, yeah, so tap on the screen. We're at the 3x lens. Tap on the screen, scroll down, and then just wait for somebody to walk through the frame, like so. When I'm out doing street photography, or I'm out in a city or a new place with the phone, what I'm looking for is a day like today where it's like nice and super harsh lighting. So you get these nice contrasts between the shadows and the highlights. This is a really good example because you have obviously the streets right and left really contrasty with the highlights in the center. So actually, well, let's just take a shot so I can kind of show you what I mean. If I go in the center, we'll go 3x lens, straight down the middle of the street. I'm tapping and scrolling down to get that nice contrast between the shadows and the highlights, and that looks pretty sick. So we're going to keep moving on down here because there's a really cool look-up shot that I want to do with the phone, with the wide-angle lens. And then also there's a really cool kind of architectural escalator, which you'll see in a moment. If I kind of just come over to the left here a little bit. Okay, so the architectural escalator shot is here on the right hand side. So again, if you are ever in Sydney, this is the Barangaroo area, and I highly recommend that you come and have a look. Let's have a look, see how we can use this. I think that looks really cool because you obviously have the harsh lighting, which looks really good. The thing I'm going to have difficulty here is there's a lot of people, like it's very busy. It's a busy area. It's lunchtime in a city, so of course it's going to be busy. But we're patient, we can wait. I'm going to tap on the screen, scroll down, and I'm just going to wait for somebody to walk into that pocket of light. Let me get to around there, that's probably a better position. It's just waiting. There's a few people there, but I think that will do for a shot. Now, the other shot that I want to get is straight up here. As you can see, there's a nice look-up shot. I'll show you a little trick. So if you go onto your phone, let's go to more, and we're going to go to panorama, and then you're going to turn the phone into landscape mode. You're going to wait for a little bit of a gap in the people going past. You're going to start there and just slowly pan upwards. Now ideally you want it to be quiet because you don't want to get loads of people in it. And then, as you can see on the screen, that then turns into a portrait shot, and you get a super wide shot. We're going to move on to the next location and see what else we can get with this phone. Okay, so people going through the frame now. Yeah, that's sick. That actually looks so good. Always remember, when you walk around a city, you don't just keep looking in front of you, always look up, because there's always different frames. Like for example, here you have the reflection of that building on there. So if we go to the 3x lens, nice simple shot, but it's a really cool architectural shot. So keep moving on, keep going down. There's a nice shot down here actually that we're going to go to right now. Coming up to Wynyard Station, this is actually a really good shot for a wide angle. So we're going to go 0.6. We're going to kind of come in the center of the frame. Again, we're going to have to do the tap and scroll down. The reason I do that is because I like to have the separation between the contrasts of the shadows and the highlights. Oh, that frame over there looks sick. Okay, we'll go 3 times. Tap. And we're just waiting for somebody to walk through that frame over there. This guy maybe. Nice silhouette shot. Yeah, that works. Maybe even 1 times. Yeah, we'll wait for somebody to walk through. Alright, sweet. I'm happy with that. There's also a nice reflection shot that you can get here. Again, when you're walking around with your phone, super creative to find reflections like this. So we'll go wide, and then all you're doing is you're just putting the phone up against this and you're waiting for somebody to walk through the frame. Okay, right, we're going to push down on into Wynyard Station and through and see what else we can find. Maybe there's something we can get here, because this is really cool. Any reflections? Again, remembering to look around, because if you don't look around, you're not going to see the frames you want to shoot. So for example, about being present in the moment that I was just talking about, I've walked down the stairs, and typically what you do is you continue walking down into the station. But what I did is I got to the bottom of the stairs, stopped, turned around and had a look at the frame in front of me, and there's a couple of things that I can see. So we're going to go 1 times, maybe even 3, no, we'll go 3 times, because there's a reflection on the roof of all of the people outside, and it's actually really sick. Alright, let's see. We're going to wait for a few people to walk through that frame. I'm going to tap on the screen, scroll down, and just wait for basically a busy period out on the at the top there, because if there's more people out there, there's going to be more people in the frame that I'm trying to capture. Oh, that's sick. Sweet. And there's also like a creative shot here where you can get a leading line shot. If somebody was walking down the stairs, you could do something like this, get someone walking down the stairs. That's another example. Another one as well is if you get it on to the wide angle, turn it round, and then use this. In pretty much every city there's handrails like this, and you can use the handrail again as the leading line. There is a guy walking down the stairs, which is helpful. See if we can line that up nicely. But as a good example, that's how you can use those kind of handrails to get creative shots in a city. We're going to move down into Wynyard Station and see what else we can get with the phone. Okay, so the next location I've come to is this place called QVB, and there's a really cool look down shot here. So I'm going to go to the 0.6 camera. I'm going to lean over a little bit, holding the phone nice and steady, and get a really cool look down shot like this. Oh, that looks really sick. And then also there's this frame down here, so at +1, let's go +3, so 3 times lens, people on the escalator. Oh, that looks really sick, with the tram in the background too. Sweet. There's some more frames around here that I'm going to look at as well. So let's do another 0.6. The staircase is really sick. And if I come over to this side, I'll be able to get a look down shot here of this dude. So I'll come back up the stairs slightly just to go to the other side. And on this side I can do a look down shot again of the escalator. So if I come in the center, I'm going to lean over. I've got it in landscape. So photo, 1 times lens, got it in landscape. You got people walking outside, which looks really good as well. Sick. Alright, let's move on. For the next shot, I have come down to Circular Quay. I'm by the tram station here, and there's a puddle which I can use for a shot. I'm thinking I'll go 0.6, go super wide. That might be the best option, and just get a shot of the tram It's a bit annoying that there's a sign just kind of in the way, but the idea you can kind of see. It's nice actually with the first one through the phone too. So there we go. Okay, so for the next shot I want to do a panning photo on this device, but in order to do that I want it to be a little bit darker so it's going to look even more insane of the tram. So ×1 tracking, and it's really simple to do a panning shot with your phone. You're just tracking the subject and then pressing the shutter when you feel comfortable. Let's get one more, and one of those is on the screen, which I think you'll agree turned out pretty sick. Okay, so I'm going to throw the camera on and I'm going to put it into night mode. So on this camera you have obviously the plain photo mode, you have portrait mode, and you also have night mode. I'm going to throw it into night mode. I'm going to go to 1x, get behind the tram, and we'll get a shot of the tram. So let's go back a little bit. We got a shot just like this. I'm going to tap on the screen again and just drag down slightly to save some of those highlights. And then I'm actually going to go 0.5, get down low, and get a nice reflection shot, which looks pretty cool. Hopefully before it takes off. It doesn't take off, it drives off, but you know what I mean. Sweet. I'm actually linking up with Moses while I'm in the city, so I'm just waiting for Moses to join me. Hopefully he'll be here soon. Also on this phone, if you have it on lock screen, so currently you can see it's off, if I double press the volume down button, it'll open up the camera straight away, so it's a nice little shortcut. I'm going to get a shot here in good old landscape with the silhouette of the woman in, can you see like the coach works here. I'm going to get a silhouette of the woman just stood there. So if I go to the left, let's go 3x, tapping on the screen, scrolling down, waiting for that silhouette, and that is good. Hello Moses, how are you? Good, how are you? Good to see you, very official. Yeah. Moses, everybody. If you don't know who he is, then you should go and have a look. Okay, so we're going to be heading down towards Chinatown. Before we do, there's a really cool red light on the other side of the street. So I'm going to open up the camera. So again, reminding you that you can, if it's on the lock screen and off, you can just double tap the volume down button and it'll open up the camera app straight away. I'm going to go over to night mode. I'm going to go to 3x, tap on the screen, scroll down. And what I'm doing is I want to get the exposure for the red light that's in front of me. We've got somebody walking through the frame, and bam, there we go. That should be good. It's a tram, which is going to be, oh, that's quite cool. Oh, that's actually really moody, you know. Oh, these are sick. Okay, so while I'm on the tram as well, I'll show you a little a way to be cinematic. It's going to be a video, so we're going to go to video mode. I'm going to push this up against the side, tap on the screen, scroll down, press go, and then just record as the tram or train or bus or whatever you're on is going. Oh, that looks sick. You can see this on the screen as I'm doing it. And then as you pass, you know, some lights or light sources, you get these like really cinematic shots. Okay, so as we go across the street here, the people should be walking at the same time. Ah, yes, that looks sick. Okay, so what I also want to do during this video is I want to show you the portrait capabilities of this in low light situations. So this is quite a low light situation. I'm going to get Willis, who's here to help out. If you can stand just by here, yeah, sick, and just kind of lean against the wall, and then I'm going to get you to look towards me. I'm going to go onto the camera. I'm going to go to portrait mode. So typically it would be in photo mode, but I'm going to go over to portrait. I'm going to tap it onto the 3x lens. And on the left hand side you can change the f-stop, so the focal distance. So you can either have it at 1.4, which is super specific, or I like to go with f16. And then you can also have these really cool filters. So if you want to retouch the face, or you can put filters on, you can do that in camera. Typically I leave these alone because I like the natural look. So I'm going to come up to here and use this bit here. So I'm going to put the camera against there. I'm going to tap on Willis's face, and I'm just going to wait for a little bit of a gap where there's nobody behind him. Oh, that actually looks pretty sick. Yeah, still on that, still on that. Okay, let's get one more. Sick. You guys can see that on the screen. and I think you'll agree it looks really good considering that comes straight out camera. We're going to go to a couple of different locations to see what else we can get. Okay, so the next location I've come to with the Oppo is this location here. I've already been here in this video, but I'm going to do one more portrait shot with Willis. So if I kind of just get you just as you are, just casual, maybe looking up towards maybe the security light, and I'm just going to get a nice simple portrait shot of you. I think at 1x it looks really good, so I'm going to come out to the left. The shot here you'd be tempted to get is coming over to the right, which actually also works. So we'll get one here, and if you kind of look slightly over my shoulder, Willis. Yeah, that's good. So we get one like that. Let me just raise the angle. And then we'll get one just coming out to the right, where we kind of have the background. That is obviously a piece of glass, so the reflection of that is giving a nice bit of haze, which is obviously the glass, obviously not the phone. You can see the quality of the phone camera with the photo that's on the screen, picking out the details in Willis. Okay, so you've seen the two shots on the screen. Let me know which one you like in the comments below, and we're gonna head on to the next location. So the last place that I want to get a shot with the portrait mode is here, and what I want to do is just get Willis sat on the end there, and I just want to show you the difference between the 3x lens in the portrait mode and the 1x. So I'm just going to go nice and close to Willis on the 1x like this. Now what I want to do is just show you why you should be using 3x to compress your image. So if I just take a quick shot of Willis now, and you'll see both on the screen like that. So on the screen, on the left hand side you have the 1x, and on the right hand side you can have the 3x. You can see that the 3x has a beautiful compression, which obviously makes the subject look better. It compresses the shot, so it brings the background closer to the subject. So overall, it's a better photo. So if you are going to take photos on your phone, make sure you're using a lens that's going to compress the background to make your subject pop even more in the frame. I've made it down to a very busy Chinatown. I'm going to get a shot here of this neon sign just in front of me. Just wait for these people to kind of go past. See how we can frame this. I do kind of want somebody in the frame. There are two people to the right of me. So touch on the screen, scroll down. And what I'm going to do, so I'm going to touch on the screen, I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to expose for the highlights. Like so. And I'm going to wait for somebody to walk through the frame. Oh, that's ideal. That's good. There's people actually going in. That's pretty sick. Sweet. I think you'll agree that the photos turned out incredible, especially from something that's in your pocket. And that is, for me, the key thing about phone photography is the accessibility. You could just pull this straight out of your pocket, double click that down volume button, and take a photo straight away. And all of the photos in today's video are taken on this phone and edited with my presets, which is linked in the description. If you'd like to go and check it out, there's a link to this down in the description as well. Go and have a look at the phone. I highly recommend it because it's an all-in-one and it's fantastic. With that being said, create more, stress less, and I'll see you in the next one.